I would like to request one of our panelists, Brother Saimum Reza Talukder, who is a faculty member in School of Law at Bragg University, Bangladesh. Let's give our undivided attention to Brother Saimum Reza Talukder.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Although Muslims are celebrating Eid in several parts of the world, but if we consider us as Ummah, we cannot celebrate Eid when one of our very integral part, the Muslims of Palestine, are suffering with heavy bombardment and systematic persecution by one of the occupied force and Zionist state, that is Israel. So although it's a Eid day, but I cannot celebrate under this situation. However, what should be the way forward? Like how we can deal with this situation? The first thing is that what is going on against the people of Palestine? Is it attack? Is it atrocity? Or is it anything else? I would like to recall the decision of the International Criminal Court that has been taken this 3rd March of 2021. The Chief Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda of International Criminal Court has opened a formal investigation into the alleged war crimes in the Palestinian territories that have been committed in the East Jerusalem, in West Bank, and in Gaza Strip in June 2014. You see, the allegation is the war crime, and also there are allegations of the crime against humanity. So what is going on against the Palestinian people right now in the West Bank, in the Jerusalem, in the Gaza Strip, or other areas where Muslims are living, the Palestinians are living? It is systematic aggression, it is systematic persecution, and it is widespread persecution. So all the elements of the war crime and also all the elements of the crime against humanity are present there in the action taken by the Israeli authorities, particularly the Israeli Defense Force and the government. So that we always have to keep in our mind. While we are talking, it is we should say that it is war crime and it is crime against humanity. Why is that so? If the Europeans, if they claim that they are the genocide surviving nation, if the Israelis themselves, they claim they are the genocide surviving nation, then it is the moral and legal obligation upon them to try any war crime and crime against humanity happens anywhere of the world, because the jurisdiction of the crime against humanity and war crime is universal. This is the agreement which have been agreed by all the nation states of the United Nations. Even the United Nations has been formed under that very principle that the atrocities that we have seen, or the mankind seen during the Second World War, will never be repeated, or will never let be repeated. So it will be incumbent and it will be mandatory for the Europeans, the North Americans, whether East Asians or Arabians, whoever it is, to try this such horrendous crime of the war crime and crime against humanity. So this is very important. The second, what we are actually to whom we are fighting against? Are we fighting against the people of the Israel? Are we fighting against the Zionist state? Are we fighting against the political opponent, etc., etc.? So if we believe in the equality before law, if we believe in all those human rights principles, if we believe in human dignity and equity and equality, then we cannot do injustice to anyone. But that does not mean that someone come up with a political agenda that a certain land would be claimed as the land of the Jewish, and they will be propagating the Zionist agenda, and they will be committing all those war crimes and crime against humanities, and you'll be saying this is the land of the Yehudis or the Israelis. It's not like that. It is not the land of the Jewish, rather than it's a political land. It's an imaginary border, which actually have been created for to gain some political achievements. And what are that political achievements? We should not see the current situation in the isolation of the colonialization, because when the Enlightenment or the so-called Enlightenment in Europe started during the 1400th century, from where they started? They started from the Granada by persecuting the Muslims. So it was the King Ferdinand who actually persecuted the Muslims and Jewish people in the Granada, and they forced them to flee away that Spanish territory, and they mark that event as the starting point of European Enlightenment. Actually, that was a period of the start of colonialization. And if we go through the European history, where not they reached? They reached America. They killed millions of Red Indians. They reached Australia. They killed millions of Aboriginals over there. They killed millions of South American people. They came here in India. They looted us. So you cannot see this Zionism propaganda and this Zionism project separated from the colonialization. No, it is the consequence of the colonialization. We still have not forgot the event of the First World War, when the British regime, the British colonial power, actually divided the Usmania Khilafat, and they led the Saudis to get separated from the Usmania kingdom. So this is how they actually divided the Ummah, the Muslim Khilafat, and they actually propagated the local tribal leaders. So that's why we have seen the emergence of different nation states, the Syria, the Saudi Arabia, the Kuwait, the Egypt, and etc., etc. So all that have been the blueprint of the colonial masters to divide and rule. So if we point out to the Zionist state and to this political propaganda, we also have to remember that this is the consequence of the horrendous atrocities and genocide committed by the colonial master as well. So it is not only the fight against the Zionist state, it is ultimately the fight against the colonialism as well. And these days, it is also the fight against the capitalism as well. Because the capitalism, it is said that the capitalism is the religion of the colonial power. So it is not only the fight against Jewish, it is fight against capitalism, colonialism, and etc. So by saying that, I would like to end my speech that in the upcoming days, it is not only the fight of the Muslims, it is fight of all the mankind, be it Christians, be it Jewish, be it Muslims, be it Hindus, or everyone. It is fight against injustice. So until and unless we bring all them together in the fight against this Zionist state, we cannot succeed. So the Hindus must say, the Christians must say, the Jewish must say, whatever is going on against the Palestinians in Jerusalem, in that Gaza Strip, in that West Bank, it is not a Muslim versus Jewish state. It is a war versus right and wrong, a war versus colonial power, Zionism, against the people who follow the true path, who follow the equality and human dignity. Thank you so much, and Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khairan, Brother Saimum. Very well put. The fight against this occupation is not something that has to do with religion. It's not against the religion of Judaism. It's not anti-Semite, which basically West and some Western media tries to portray. It is about right versus wrong. The reason we are condemning this occupation is because what Zionists are doing. It is not against the religion of Judaism. In fact, it is an insult to the religion of Judaism what these Zionist occupiers are doing. It is the same reason why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam 1400 years ago expelled 3 Jewish tribes from Medina, Banu Qaynuqa, Banu Qurayza, and Banu Nazir. It's not because what they believed in. It was not because what was their religion. They were not expelled because they were Jewish. They were expelled because what they did against the state of Medina at that time. Similarly, what we are condemning today is not because what the people of Israel believes in, but what the rulers of Israel doing and systematically doing it. So this is like rightly what Brother Saimum said. This is against colonialism. This is against occupation. This is against right versus